Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're feeling good this morning. My name is Zeke Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach, a self-esteem development expert. And our whole thing is helping you go further, faster, with less effort every single day of the week. Monday through Friday, I hold it down. On Saturdays is Amma the CPA. And then on Sundays is Dr. Kadira. So, Dr. Kadira is my sister. She's an Ivy League educated physician, but she focuses strictly on holistic medicine, helping your family get its health together. So don't miss Sundays if you realize that health is wealth. They say the man with 1,000 dreams, the man with his health has 1,000 dreams. The man without his health only has one to have his health. Ain't that something? So don't miss Sundays. Saturdays, I love telling people about Saturdays because at the end of the day, Miss Amma Nantwi is a CPA. And what's cool about that is that passing a CPA exam has a lower rate than passing a bar exam. You hear me? The bar exam is harder to pass. The CPA exam is harder to pass than the bar exam. She's a CPA. So that just kind of shows you, okay, that at the end of the day, we have a shot to really pick up some financial literacy for free, stuff that we didn't learn in college. The stuff that we teach you here, you can't Google because I've been blessed and fortunate to have gone there, done that, and gotten a t-shirt, just like the rest of our hosts. So don't miss this stuff. So far this week, we've had some pretty cool classes, right? We did 5 tips for using your time wisely. What else did we do so far this week, y'all? Who's been with us the whole week? If you've been with us the whole week, let me see whole week in the comments. Let me see whole week in the comments. If you were here the whole time this week. We had some pretty cool classes this week. Yesterday we talked about 5 strategies for building your movement. The day before that, we talked about these 5 magic tricks for productivity. That was pretty cool. Day before that, we talked about using your time wisely. That was Tuesday, I believe. And then on Monday, we did 9 simple hacks for entrepreneurs who hate being late, right? So it's been a really powerful week. If you missed any of those, make sure you go back to YouTube, Millionaire Minded TV on YouTube. We'll have you in the building. Yeah, that's right. Tampa, Florida in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, up in here. Where y'all from, man? We about to call in on this live line. It's Free Coaching Friday. Make sure that you tune in on the live line as well, y'all. Let me go ahead and call in on this thing. Man, last night I went to this Kanye West thing.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you.
That's a fact.
Hold on.
Please enter your.
All right.
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you're feeling good this morning. My name is Zeke Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach and a self-esteem development expert. We believe that your network is your net worth, but we think it's your self-worth times your network. That's your net worth. It's your self-worth times your network that equals your net worth. Can somebody give me that in the comments? It's your self-worth times your network that equals your net worth. So we got to raise up our personal value. The revenue acceleration cycle is real simple. I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to show you why the technique of the week is so powerful for you. I'm going to give you a bunch of these, and then I'm going to show you why the technique of the week is so powerful for you, right? Here's the revenue acceleration cycle. And I've been blessed and fortunate to be able to use this on everything from click and order to brick and mortar, everything from mom and pop to Fortune 5,000 company. I really believe that if you follow this and you think about it and you actually search your consciousness, you're going to think of all kinds of ideas to blow your business up. Here's the first category, y'all, leads. Somebody give me that in the comments, leads. How do you go about making sure that you are in front of the best possible clients for your business? Check this out, y'all. I literally just got back from Dallas. We did a presentation in front of this crowd that one of our franchise owners had gathered out in Dallas, Texas, right? And did the same exact presentation that we always do. I kid you not, sold about 15 franchises in one 45-minute presentation and a little Q&A. That's because if you're opening a restaurant, the most important thing is not having a really good burger. The most important thing is not having a really good location. The most important thing is not having some incredible ambiance. The most important thing for your restaurant is having a crowd of hungry people. So that's leads. Somebody say leads. That's right. That's leads. That's leads. All right, here's the next one, y'all. Meaningful conversation. Somebody type that in the comments. Meaningful conversation. If you have this lead, what are you doing to take advantage of the fact that nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care? Yes. I know. We're about to get to the Q&A. It is Free Coaching Friday. You are in the right place. But I'm just running through this real quick because I need you to know it. Meaningful conversation means they leave knowing you care. You leave knowing what they care about. Did you even pick up this person's personality type? Because if you're talking to them about money and they're a spring personality, you're going to lose them every other time. You're like, well, you know, that no get me closer to a yes. Yeah, as long as you're learning. Meaningful conversation is your opportunity to learn. Next is appointments. So many people skip the idea of setting an appointment because they love mixing a presentation with the invitation. They love mixing a presentation with the invitation. That's not what we're supposed to do, though. You set an appointment. Why? Because now you have time to research that client. Now you have time to build anticipation for the solution you're going to offer in their lives. Now you have time to maybe sneak in a couple more meaningful conversations, right? Because you've done the professional thing and set an appointment. After that comes a presentation. Somebody say presentation. Why is presentation the fourth step of the revenue acceleration cycle? It's because if you tweak it perfectly, then you're knocking out most of their objections before they even utter the words. Why? Because you're telling them stories that help them knock down that problem before they even mention it. We call that presentation. How good are you at telling stories that allow you to knock out their objections before they even mention them? We call that presentation. I don't care what kind of business you're in. That is a skill that you need to learn. That's a skill that pays the bills and then buys the buildings. Next comes conversion. Somebody give me conversion in the comments. Conversion in the comments. Why is conversion important? Because most of you don't think about making an offer irresistible. Most of us don't think about having a truly irresistible offer. Most of us offer the same thing everybody else offers, and we just depend on mercy or we depend on gratitude. But let me tell you what you need to depend on. Empathy. You need to depend on your ability to look into the heart and soul of your perfect client and know from an intuitive place exactly what will make them say, man, I've been praying for this. Why not go the extra mile to think about that in advance and be the perfect solution to your perfect customer's perfect problem? Huh? So we call that conversion. Next comes follow-up. Somebody give me follow-up in the comments. Somebody give me follow-up in the comments. Follow-up comes after conversion. Step number 6 is follow-up. Follow-up. Step number 6 in the revenue acceleration cycle is follow-up. Now, what's amazing about follow-up? Because most people know you follow up after somebody doesn't buy something. We all know that. But here's what most people leave out. You're also to follow up when they do. You're also supposed to follow up when they do buy something. Why? Because up until you do something after we have paid you, all the other good deeds you did, we felt entitled to it. Because in our mind, we were like, you better had, because I'm about to pay you. So you can't even create loyalty till after they give you some money. You can't even create any loyalty until after they pay for something. Do you hear what I'm saying? My man Drew, check it in, right? What I'm saying to you is that at the end of the day, I want you to look at your follow-up process as another way to grow your business. It's so easy. And then that last one is upsells, upsells. It's all about upsell. Yeah, let them know, Brother Dennis. It's all about the upsell, because what that did now is it turned all of your current clients into leads again. Does that make sense? It turns all your current clients into leads again. We work with so many credit repair businesses, you know, people that have Credit Repair Cloud, all of this. And I try to get them to understand that what you want to do is start thinking about your upsells. Like, why are you just offering personal credit services when once you get their personal credit right, they're going to disappear? You need an upsell. What about you in your industry? What is your upsell? All right. So let's run through these 7 one more time. That's leads. That's meaningful conversation. That's appointments. That's presentations. That's conversion. That's follow-up. And then that's upsell. Millionaires, that's the revenue acceleration cycle. Before I get into the questions we got through email, *6 will unmute your line, or you can put your questions down in the comments. If you have a question about anything regarding your business and the revenue acceleration cycle, or anything that we covered this week, we were talking about culture. We were talking about ways to get more productive. I mean, we had an incredible week of training. Any questions about that? *6 will unmute your line. Let's hear it. Let them know your name, what kind of business you have, and then shout out who put you on the line. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Also, you can type it in the comments if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook, and we'll get it done like that. What stopped you from being #1 this weekend? Oh, hold up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll be tripping.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
My bad. All right. So now you can unmute yourself. *6 will unmute your line. Tell us your name, what kind of business you have, and then what is a question that will help you take it to the next level in your business? Or what is a question you have about how you're getting leads? While everyone's gathering their questions, here's the technique of the week. I meant to get this. Mrs. Goins going to get mad at me if I forget. Every week we give you the technique of the week, and we challenge you to utilize it. So also, I'd love to hear from anyone who's tried this already. But here's the technique of the week. You make your list. You know, we try to get you to make a list of at least 50. But goodness knows, if I were to sit in front of you right now and say, I'll give you $100 for every name you put on your list, you'd have 5,000 names in that list. And then I'd say, well, what took you so long before? You would say something like, I was prejudging them. All I'm saying is make a list as long as possible, because this technique I'm about to give you is rejection free. There's no way for you to feel rejection. I know the reason you don't work a lot of times is that you fear that sting, right? I'm giving you a technique that allows you to literally, somebody say rejection proof. This is going to let you rejection proof yourself. Can somebody give me that in the comments? Who wants to be rejection proof? Who wants to be completely bulletproof? Let me see it in the comments. Rejection proof. Rejection proof. Oh, my man. Oh, you're so welcome, Vivian. Rejection proof. My man William in the house. Somebody give me rejection proof in the comments and then a share. We're going to save an entrepreneur's life this morning. Give me rejection proof and a share if you're watching on the live stream. If you're on the live line and you're about to ask a question, we're getting to you right now. But I want to give the technique of the week real quick. Yeah, rejection proof. Rejection proof. Let's get it. Rejection proof. Let's get it. Rejection proof. All right, I'm gonna give you a technique then that's gonna help you be rejection proof. Here's what you do: you call those people, and then you exchange pleasantries. How's it been going? Oh yeah, everything's cool. Hey, check it out. I know we ain't talked in a while, but I've been working on a project, right? And I was just wondering, do you know anybody who has 2 jobs and would like to get rid of one of them? If not, it's no big deal. I was just curious. Listen to me. All they can say is no, yes, or heck yes, me. Can somebody give me that in the comments? There are only 3 possible responses are no, yes, or heck yes, me. Somebody says, well, now what do we do after that? Well, there's a million things you can do. What I suggest, if I'm brand new, the first thing I'm gonna do is say something to the, yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate it. Give me a rejection proof and a share. Give me a rejection proof and a share. I'm gonna tell you, first thing I'm gonna do if I'm brand new is give them 2 alternative choices. Somebody say TAC in the comments, 2 alternative choices. TAC. What do I mean? They say, oh, well, what's this about? I've got 2 jobs. I want to get rid of one of them. Oh, listen, I'd confuse us both right now because I'm running crazy. I'm just supposed to kind of knock out this little part of my project. But check it out. We can talk tonight at either 6 or 9. What works better for you? See, I gave them 2 alternative choices. I'm giving them the power to think that they're in control when really I'm the one controlling everything. 2 alternative choices. You see that? 2 alternative choices. We can do 6 p.m. tonight, or we can do 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon. Which one would be better for you? See, why is that important? Because if I just say, well, yeah, we could talk at 8 tonight, and they're like, I'm busy 8. And then you're like, we could talk at 8:30. They're like, oh, I'm going to be eating dinner at 8. Well, we could talk at night. See, all that. Now you're looking weaker and weaker and weaker because you keep having to throw out new options. And now you're looking like you got nothing going on. You're looking like you have no schedule. You get what I'm saying? So 2 alternative choices, 2 alternative choices, 2 alternative choices, 2 alternative choices. That's what you do at the end of that technique of the week. 2 alternative choices. So again, the technique of the week is you call them, exchange pleasantries, and you're like, man, so I know we haven't talked in a while, but I'm working on this project. I was just wondering, do you know anybody with 2 jobs who might want to get rid of one of them? All they can do is be like, nah, I really don't know anybody with 2 jobs. I'll think about it for you. Or they can say, yeah, write this number down. My homegirl's sister was just now talking. Write this down. Right? Or they're going to say, hey, me, I hate my job. You hear me? That's rejection free. There's no way you can be rejected when you use that script. And what you did in a real clever way was you gained an exposure because now here's one more person that knows you're working on something cool. They may not be ready now, but they know you're working on something cool. Last week, I told them a little story, y'all, where I was trying to explain timing to everybody. Somebody say timing in the comments if you're with me right now. And we're going to get to the questions in a minute. I know I'm going too long, but somebody put timing in the comments. I want you to understand the reason why it's so important for you to follow up, right? Which is step number 6 in the revenue acceleration cycle, but it still matters. Listen, the reason why I want you to follow up with people is because time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. I want you to think about something, y'all. If I wake up 7:30 in the morning, I got this big job at the bank and everything, and you call me at 7:30 in the morning, I'm like, man, this ain't a good time. I'm about to hop on Good Morning Millionaire. My life is going good. I'm about to do my affirmations. You're calling me at the wrong time. But then after I get off the affirmation call, I read the newspaper, right? Or I turn on the news and they saying the baking industry is expecting 70% drop off, 70% layoffs in the next 3 months. Now, if you call me right after I watched that news story, all of a sudden it's a great time. What time is the meeting tonight? I need to hear about this opportunity. Now, a minute ago, timing sucked. Now timing's wonderful. You get what I mean? We driving to work. You know, you call me. I'm looking for a parking space. Timing is horrible, right? But then I get inside the job. So if you call me while I'm looking for a parking space about your opportunity, I'm like, man, this isn't a right good time. I'm looking for a parking space. I'm about to run late to clocking in. You know what I mean? Or I have to drop my kids off before this, you know, freaking, right? The person in front of me won't even pull off and the light's been green for 20. This is not a good time. But then I get to work and my boss is like, we're going to have to cut your hours from 40 hours a week to 30 hours a week because we're tired of paying your benefits. Right? Now all of a sudden it's a good time again. So it ain't even noon yet. And I've gone from bad timing to good timing to bad timing to good timing 4 different times. And it's somebody say timing. It's all about timing. All right, I'm going to shut up right there. Good morning, millionaires. What's your question? Star 6 when I mute your line. Sorry I took so long. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Queen.
Billionaire Show. Hi. Well, it's Billionaire Show Girl. My favorite affirmation is money comes to me easily, frequently, and in all kinds of ways because I keep serving God and God's people easily, frequently, and in all kinds of ways. It's put on the line by Mama Mahasa. And let's see. Free Coaching Friday. I have an assisted living business, and right now we are in assisted living marketing business mode as my primary facility is closed down. And so I'm working to put together a directory that will help people get into the local assisted living facilities because I want to have a customer stream available when I do get ready to reopen. Does that make sense?
Makes all the sense in the world.
Awesome. Okay, so the name of the company is Assisted Living Finder App. And I have an avatar of a 50 to 70-year-old African-American woman who is taking care of her family member,
Okay.
her mother.
Yes, ma'am.
And the needs of that loved one is taking up 24 hours of her day.
All right. So what's your question?
So the question is, how can I change that rejection-proof statement to entice my customers? I came up with, let me see.
So you already have a list of 50 to 70-year-old women to call, and now you want a script to be able to call them.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically you would call them and you would say something to the effect of, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I've been working on this new project. Do you know anyone with a parent who is in need or will soon be in need of an assisted living facility? If not, it's no big deal. I was just curious.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Awesome. And of course, you'll be able to rewind that and write it down from the YouTube channel. But all we're doing, everybody, is making sure that we follow the principles. God is not a respecter of persons. God is a respecter of principle. If you follow the principles, you're going to get, if you do the calls, you'll get the effect. I don't care if you're opening up a restaurant. If I was opening up a sushi restaurant, everybody don't like sushi. I'm still going to tell them because they might know somebody who wants some sushi, or they might decide they want to try some sushi at some point. So my whole point is to let everybody know I've got a restaurant. From there, they get to make their own decisions. For some reason, we don't let everybody know in the best way possible. It sounds so grassroots. It sounds so basic. It is fundamental, y'all. It is fundamental. I hope that helped Billionaire Showgirl. And anybody's looking to get into the assisted living game, make sure you reach out to her, otherwise known as Miss Diane Smith. Okay, was that helpful, Queen?
Yes, it was helpful. Can I ask another side of that? Because you gave this statement this morning, and the way I've been using it is to say, do you know anyone that's a caregiver and wants to give their loved one a vacation from them? And I don't know, is that too flip or too indirect or
well, yeah,
help me understand if I should leave this way of saying it behind.
Well, it's an art, not a science. It's an art, not a science. And so what you're looking to do is match personality types. If somebody's a summer personality, they may enjoy that. They may enjoy a little mirth and a little humor. If somebody's a fall personality, then you may turn them off completely. If they're a winter personality, you may turn them off completely. Falls communicate indirect. Winters are very direct. Summers communicate kind of direct. Springs are indirect. And so the whole point is you've got to be able to understand what kind of person you're dealing with. And then that will help you to get a little bit better with your discernment about where to crack a joke and where to play it straight. But don't think of this as a science. I wish there was one perfect word or one perfect sentence that'll work for everybody. But that's not how this works. What we do know is everybody has a perfect thing that'll work for them. Everybody has a trigger point. Everybody has something that turns them up. Everybody has something that turns them off. And so that's what we know for sure. But it's not going to be a one size fits all kind of thing.
Okay.
Thank you, Queen.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
I treasure and honor you for being the first to answer the question this week. Who else we got? Good morning, millionaire. Let's try to get in two more before we go do our affirmations, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. All right, my man Dennis Thicklin was like, what are some ways to make meaningful conversations productive? What are some ways to make meaningful conversation productive? I wonder exactly what you mean by that, Dennis. Are you on the line where you can explain what you're asking? What are some ways to make meaningful conversation productive? Meaningful conversation is by definition going to be pretty productive because you're not just talking about the weather or something really shallow. So when you say, what are some ways to make it productive? I'm just not sure what you mean. I can say that the better your questions are, the more meaningful the conversation gets. I'm not sure if that's what he meant, but how you make a conversation more meaningful is you ask deeper questions. One of my mentees, one of my brethren yesterday was talking about how at the end of the day, he was talking to someone who's in his same field, but he feels like he has a better way for them to accomplish what they're doing, right? And so he showed me the screenshot, and he was like, "Hey, how do I bring this? How do I bring this on in?" But when I looked at the screenshot, let me see if I can find it real quick. When I looked at the screenshot, what he had kind of given them was, it was basically somebody had asked, this person had asked who's good at fixing credit, and then that person had tagged the person I'm talking about and then one other person. So him being smart, he's like, well, let me reach out to this other person they tagged too. And he's like, I messaged you because I noticed several people refer you for credit services. I was just curious what all you do, right? And she said, that's amazing. And I work with an amazing company that helps people restore, rebuild, and protect their credit. We've made many success stories, and I love to help people level up their finances. I also introduced them to a possible business opportunity. And then my boy was like, oh, okay, awesome. Then he jumps right into it. Would you be interested in adding to the list of services you provide, or possibly owning your own franchise in which you brand yourself and set your own prices? And then she's like, at this time, no, thank you. I currently run 2 businesses and I wouldn't want to start something I couldn't give my all to, but thank you. Now, what went wrong there? What went wrong there is that we jumped into it without it. Now, that was conversation, but was that meaningful? What's the definition of meaningful conversation? Meaningful conversation means I'm taking advantage of the fact that nobody cares how much you know until what, y'all? They know how much you care. So we started off great when we were like, I messaged you because I noticed several people refer you for credit services. I was just curious, what all do you do? Started off great. And there's a whole training we have on YouTube, a Millionaire Minded TV, on inbox strategy, where you can just go through that thing and just follow the steps and you are going to bring it home every time. But let's just look at the essence of what happened here. When we say, I'm just curious, what all do you do? We're winning. Right? She's like, that's amazing. I do this and I do that. And then she goes into her little spiel, blah, 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 blah. Right? He's like, oh, that's incredible. Here's where we messed up. Would you be interested in adding to the list of, right? We jump into what our agenda too quick. That ain't meaningful. So what would make it meaningful? If from there we said, oh, that's awesome. How long have you been doing this? What's your favorite part about doing this? What gets on your nerves the most? Now, don't get me wrong. In the middle, I'm responding to her responses. So this don't sound like an interrogation. It don't sound like we in that back room at the police station. I'm like, you know, you done messed up, don't you? Nah, it's not an interrogation. It's a conversation. So that means when they respond, I'm responding to their responses. Somebody give me this in the comments. Communication is not just listening. It's making them feel heard. Communication is not just talking. It's not just listening. Communication is making them feel heard. Communication is making them feel heard. So after they tell you everything they do, instead of being like, oh, okay, awesome, ask them something about it. How did you get into this? Somebody give me that in the comments. How did you get into this? Or here's another one to write down. How long have you been doing this? Here's another one to write down. What is your favorite part about the business? Here's another one to write down. Who are your favorite type of clients? Here's another one to write down. I'm just getting started in a business and I was looking for some advice. What are your best marketing techniques? Is this helping? Y'all ain't writing these in the comments, so y'all must don't like these. All right, it's affirmation time anyway. It's all good. I ain't got to take this. No, I'm just playing. We can call in on the affirmation line. It's time to get busy. I don't know if you know, right? But if you ever call in on a line and it tries to charge you, all you got to do, y'all, is text call me to the same number. Text call me to 667-776-9461. Just shoot a text message to the number. It'll call you back in 5 minutes. It's affirmation time though, y'all. Repeat after me. I am so